Hello everyone, welcome back to my blog or YouTube channel. Let me ask you a question. Do you know anyone who wouldn't love pizza? I certainly don't. But how many people actually make it at home? Not many, I'm afraid. Most people think it's hard to make a proper pizza dough, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Let me show you how I make mine. You will be surprised how easy it actually is. Let's start by bringing the yeast back to life. I'm using dried yeast today, but you can also use instant or fresh one. Simply mix it with a cup of water and a teaspoon of sugar and let it sit for about 5 minutes or until it starts to bloom. In the meantime, prepare the flour. Usually I'm using the 00 type, but all-purpose or bread flour works fine too. Sift the flour with a strainer and add it to the bowl. I'm working with 800 grams, which equals to 6.5 cups. Add 3 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now whisk everything together properly. The yeast is ready, so add it to the bowl. The last dough ingredient I'm using is olive oil. Add about 3 tablespoons. Now turn the mixer on and let it work for about 10 minutes. You can also knead the dough by hand. I just like to save myself some work. We need to talk about the amount of water that goes into the dough for a bit. Aim for 60 to 70% hydration, closer to 60% if you're making pizza dough for the first time. In our case, this means 500 milliliters or roughly 2 cups of water in total, including the water we have used to activate the yeast. Once the dough doesn't stick to the sides of the bowl anymore, it's ready and we can turn the mixer off. Dust your desk with flour and remove the dough from the bowl. Use your hands to form a nice ball, place it in a sealable container and let rise at room temperature for about 2 hours or until it doubles in size. Alternatively, you can go for slow fermentation in the fridge for up to 3 days. Once the dough has risen, it's time to form our pizza crust. Dust your desk with flour again and take the dough out of the container. Put some flour on the dough too and form it into an oval shape. As I mentioned, this amount of dough is enough for 3 pizzas, so let's divide what we have into 3 smaller parts. Store the dough you're not working with in a sealable container again, or else it will dry out. And now let me show you how to form a nice round pizza crust. Start by pushing the edges away from the center with your knuckles or fingers. Use the palms of your hands to flatten the dough further and keep pushing the edges further from the center. To reach a thin crust, use a roller, but try not to run over the edge. We want it thick and puffy. I strongly recommend getting one of these round pizza pans. It makes forming a nice crust so much easier. Spread some olive oil over the pan and transfer the dough on it. Use your hands to make some final touches and we are ready for the toppings. But that's another story for another video. Looking for some inspiration? Check the comments below this video or read the full blog post. I have some great pizza recipes waiting for you. Thanks for watching and see you next time.